instead of like bringing in VAR for these we need to get the referees professional.
Maybe I'm going a bit harsh, but I think we've strived to, on this podcast, and a lot of other people have, like, the profession of the league needs to be raised, but surely the referees are part of that.
These players who are coming in who are not getting minutes, and then you're coming into a game of that magnitude, playing with somebody you've never played with before, and Chelsea just blasted through that midfield.
I want to give a big shout out to Bunny Shaw. In them moments where City need a goal, she always kind of comes to them kind of performances.
Can City win the league? How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Crossways. Me, Ian Wright, and
Steph Houghton, and we are back.
We're back. Me and Steph Houghton. Steph, I just had too much occasion, didn't I?
Yeah, we've just been for some food, haven't we?
I over-occasioned.
Say it in the Geordie accent, though.
What, me most on fire? Man. Yeah, that was pretty hot. My mouth is still on fire at the minute. But what's happening, Steph? You're looking so cool with your shirt.
Thanks. I'm trying to be like you, you know.
No.
I'm trying to keep up with the style.
I like your jacket with the shirt and then the jeans and then your cool boots. And that.
Thanks. Well, I thought I'm going to make a bit of more of an effort because we've got Baller League tonight.
Yes.
And I've come in to support you.
You know what? I'm really excited about it because we've started the season pretty well. Because everybody wrote us off because we weren't great last season, simply because we didn't get the picks we wanted to. And then as time went by, you know what I mean, we were picking up points as it went on, but we just didn't have the right structure. But I think we have now. We started the season well. We played both. We played the league winners and the champions of the whole thing, and we haven't lost to them. We've got 2 players missing, but at the same time, everybody's on the same page.
I'm excited to see you in gaffer action, I think.
Yeah. It's really nerve-wracking when you're playing because, you know, you've got the 3 minutes at the end of each half where they change it so as something happens. That's why you'll never probably get a 0-0. But it's the most stressful time.
Yeah, I'm excited for you.
Nice.
I'm excited to see you in action.
Nice. And what about yourself? Everything cool with you?
I've had a great weekend, you know. I think, shall we just get it out there and just talk about Sunderland v Arsenal?
Yes, can we?
I was a bit worried, guys, because Ian didn't text us back when I said, "Are you still my mate?"
I did. How long did I take to text you?
You made us wait as if we'd like been through a breakup or something.
No, we weren't. You know what it was? It was a tough game to watch. Sunderland started so well, and the relentlessness of their pressure and the passion, and obviously the fans stayed. If you can get fans that can stay that long, even when you went 2-1 down. They're still amongst it for you to then go forward and get another goal against Arsenal. We've only conceded 4 goals. I was like, oh my gosh, I genuinely thought, oh gosh, are we going to lose this game? I was happy with a point.
You know what? Trossard's goal was so good as well. But I think
strike.
like Brian Bobby, I'm not many goals get scored against Arsenal like that with Freya and Gabrielle. You
know something, Steph? I was looking at it and I thought it was brilliant the way he done it. His ability to whip it into the goal from there, but I couldn't understand what Raya was coming out there for when Gabrielle and Robbie, when they were challenging. The way the ball went, he would have been in the middle of the goal. He could have just caught it. I was very surprised that the ball being on the trajectory it was and how low it was, that he came to get it.
Yeah.
Because he had no chance to get it. But you know something? The 2-2 in the end, I was happy with it. I was happy for Sunderland and Xhaka. I thought Xhaka was brilliant. You know, played really well. But I was happy for the fact that we've gone to a place very difficult. We went a goal down, never panicked, got back in it. We're winning the game. We didn't finish it off, and that is because Sunderland have not. I don't think we've played anybody like that this season.
Yeah, it was dead. It was a physical game, and I think Arsenal normally used to be the more physical team with the players that they have. But yeah, when you're at the Stadium Light and you're in front of that many people, and the Mackhams that have not been in the Premier League for a number of years, so
they were really good. Sunderland.
Everybody should be glad that we're friends still. That's the main thing.
You know what? Can I just say? I think that Sunderland and being up there. They're gonna decide a lot of fates this season.
Yeah, there's some big games.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of people looking forward to going there. I'm quite pleased we've got it out of the way.
Yeah, before it gets too cold.
Absolutely, before it gets too cold.
And these Southerners can't cope with the north weather. Anyway, moving on to your team again.
Yes.
Arsenal, Chelsea.
You know something? It was we need to start playing a kind of football where people will take us seriously, that we're going to actually challenge for this league. And I thought that this game perfectly set up for that, you know, with the calibre of the team we're playing against. And I think that the way we started the game, we were fortunate that Chelsea didn't take
Chelsea
the chance.
did start better.
Yeah. We were very lucky that they didn't didn't take their chances. I thought it was going to be very tough for Victoria Pelova coming into a midfield with Mariona. Never played with her before. And it's one of those things that we've spoken about, Steph, where I've actually mentioned, I really do feel for these girls, like whether it's Pelova, obviously Kavaji's gone, whether it's Kyra Cooney-Cross, these players who are coming in who are not getting minutes, and then you're coming into a game of that magnitude, playing with somebody you've never played with before, and Chelsea just blasted through that midfield.
I think in the midfield, I think definitely Chelsea had like the run of it in terms of like even Erin Cuthbert. Like I've always been impressed with Erin, but I think on Saturday that first half, like she was just twisting and turning, and then even like Alicia Thompson's goal in terms of what she did in terms of like her pace and power. To even like run through them spaces and nobody can catch up. But that was definitely something where I think Chelsea had a little bit more over on you guys. And like even when we said about the start for Arsenal, it was poor. I think Van Domselaar made herself big mix. Canyon hit the post and like stuff like that when people need to stand up, they do. But ultimately that first 15-20 minutes, it was very much lucky. Chelsea.
Especially that shot, came off the bar. Daphne made a great save, came off the bar. Can't understand how she missed that.
Yeah.
Can't understand she missed that. You know what I mean? Would that have made it 2?
2-0.
I would have made it 2. And then you're thinking, oh my gosh. You know, it was a great crowd. I don't know what's up with us, why we're starting so poorly. And I think it's got to have something to do with trying to get the ball forward quicker for me, Steph.
Yeah.
You know, you're looking at Katy McCabe. Katy McCabe we look at Katy McCabe against Belgium. Was it a hat trick? You know, Belgium ain't no mugs, right? You know what I mean? We've seen them beating England before. We're not getting the ball to her quick enough in areas where she can do what she does for the Republic of Ireland. By the time the ball gets to Katy McCabe, she's doubled up on.
It seems, I don't know, like looking from the outside, obviously not privy to what's going on, but I think it's too thought out. I think sometimes naturally, like Chelsea are quite good at, like if they see players running forward, then they very much generally play the ball forward without a thought. And I think sometimes like, obviously players now get coached really, really well and like there's so much detail to it. But I think when you come to these big games, normally it's just about taking your chances really early, but also like not very many teams going to get a chance against Chelsea because how well coached they are at the moment.
Yeah.
And the same with Arsenal, like Man City, Man United, the top 4 teams, like you have to take your opportunities when they count and when them big games come, because ultimately, Wrighty, these big games are going to win the league for people. If you can pick up points against your nearest rivals, then you've given yourself a good chance of being in that title race still.
We look a bit predictable going forward until you get someone like Liv Smith comes on.
Yeah.
And you don't know what you're going to get. But in the main, we need to vary up with our attacking teams. I'll always fancy Leslie to score a goal. It's brilliant that she did in the end. And when Stina's playing, you don't know. You don't know, but you know something's going to happen off Stina because of the pace and the fact that she keeps going. But I'm really worried about the build-up play and having someone like the goal we saw with Alicia Thompson.
Yeah.
What a goal.
It's a great goal, but I am questioning Van Domselaar. I'm just thinking, why are you that high?
She wasn't she?
She dropped really deep originally when the ball went wide, but then she kind of steps, and whether Alicia Thompson really means that trip, it becomes a bit unorthodox in terms of her strike. It's a great goal. But I think for me, I'm like, not that I'm a keeper or anything, but I think she did seem high in comparison to where she probably would normally be. Yeah. I don't know what you think.
Well, it's just, when you look at the goal, especially that it wasn't one that was bending away into the side netting. It kind of went over her and dropped in. It dropped it. So, you have to look at it and think to yourself, well, the positioning couldn't have been right, because I don't think there wasn't any like real venom on the shot, was there? It was just like it was just helped on, kind of like it came across, she helped it across, and it didn't go in the side netting. Like, of course, you can nitpick and say, well, the goalie should have done better, but it's always, for me, it's always worrying for me to see when the ball goes in that vicinity of the goal, the goalie's got to do more.
Yeah.
You know, the goalie's got to do more, and that's all I was thinking with that. But like
that goal's so avoidable from your point of view, though, in terms of like that's what we're saying about the midfield.
The midfield, I think, was non-existent.
And then obviously the back four dropped to allow, and then Lotta tries to come out and tries to kind of rescue the situation. So that means that everybody's out of position then. But I think for me, that first half was definitely Chelsea's, and I think I agree in terms of obviously Pelova coming in instead of Kim Little. Yeah, it's new when you're a player that hasn't played that many minutes to be up to that level straight away. It's so hard, like no matter how much training you do. And I think there's obviously that bit of like when you're a player, like, do you have that confidence of your manager, but you've not really been played? So do you really believe that you're that person to come in? So, and we know that Arsenal have generally stuck to the same midfield this season.
But they have.
Unless they drop Russo in and Steiner plays as the 9. So, but I mean, your second half performance
is much better.
Yeah, better than the first half.
It was much better. But again, I just feel the predictability of us going forward, it's not quick enough. It's not sharp enough. But at the same time, we still, you know what I mean? We still create chances. And the worry for me is that I just want us to, at some stage, because we got Bayern, haven't we, Wednesday? We need to win some of these big games to give the confidence to the team that you're going into a game and, you know, we're playing well enough to go in with confidence to beat them. Because at the moment, they're still probably going into Bayern a little bit apprehensive about, okay, we need to get it. Cause
away from home as well,
Yes, because we started so badly. Where are you going to get the confidence from? You get the confidence from maybe a bit of the second half, but if I was playing in that particular game, once it's finished, and we'll go on to the incidents with the VAR, but once that game's finished, I'd still be feeling like, why are we starting like that?
Yeah.
Why aren't we starting sharper? Why aren't we getting, like I say, we got to mention Lotta coming in. Lotta came in for City. She's coming in for Chelsea. 2 big games for her. You know, made some really good blocks yesterday, played really well. Very good with her distribution coming out when she's playing. She's somebody that should be playing more, I think.
I think that's probably kind of the manager saying, like, I trust you in these big games, which is interesting because obviously Katy Reed had a great start to the season. But I think that experience in them games is needed for Arsenal.
You look at, so when Katy Reed's back and Leah's, Lotta has got enough to say, right, you got Katy Reed, especially with her pace.
Yeah.
You could play Lotta with her. If Lotta's, she's just waiting around for Pete to be played. She's an unbelievable professional. She doesn't let the team down. And then when people are fit, she's going to be left out again.
Because obviously when Leah does come back, unfortunately, that's just how it happens in football. She's going to play her, and that's. But I think like now you're playing 3 games in the week, especially this week. Is there a chance to rotate? But then I think if you'd have performed and got the win on Saturday, then you would have had more scope to rotate. Whereas now you're saying we need the performances, we need to kind of get into that rhythm. But yeah, I mean, to come back, Russo's was a great goal. She's so clinical at the moment.
She was. I was really pleased for her because again, she's somebody. Is she getting quicker? Did you see when she made that run through the?
Yeah.
And then she laid it into Freya, and then that was a really close offside as well. But she's actually getting quicker. I'm not seeing her lose the ball when it's coming into her now. A body position, receiving of the ball and everything is so on point now.
Her whole round game's just improved loads. And I think that comes with confidence. And actually, she knows that she's the main girl at Arsenal. Like, she's going to play whether it's in that 10 or 9. And she knows that she's got a big influence. And even Russo was mad about the instances that we're going to... And that shows something that she's actually like, right, okay, I'm so frustrated. I want to win. I want things to be better in the game. But I think maybe would she have done that a year ago? Probably not.
No. Probably not, but like with Chelsea, just quickly on Chelsea, you know, obviously I still think that they're favourites, but something's not quite happening. They're missing a lot of chances as well. You know, I thought
they missed Aggie Beaver-Jones actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe I think if Aggie is playing, I think they maybe get a couple.
Yeah.
They at least get another goal in the first.
I like
half.
Macario though.
Yeah, but she is good.
Yeah,
She's
I think
very
she
good.
was. She did pose something different.
But I do like. I thought Millie would look like she was struggling in that game. You know, I thought Steiner got on top of her a couple of times, some of the distribution and that again is a situation where you've got to take those chances. You've got to make those players know, you know what I mean, if I make a mistake, you're gonna get punished. But it didn't happen. Again, I think it's a game that Arsenal at home, trying to win the league, have got to be pushing to win. I think the emphasis should always be starting quicker. You know what? You take 1-1, and if we were playing better.
Would you take 1-1 though after what happened?
Well, only because
as an Arsenal supporter,
I think we could have lost the game if Aggie was playing, if Sam Kerr was playing. So we could have lost the game. So you take 1-1, but at the same time, I think that if we started the season better, you'd still take that as a good point from the champions. But you know, I do think that we have to start winning some of these big games.
Yeah.
Caitlin Ford as well. I can give Caitlin Ford a mention. She played pretty well as well.
Yeah, she has been playing well recently. But which decision do you want to go with first?
I think we have to go with the phantom handball, the hand of God that only the referee saw.
How in the world? Okay, the referee's in a great position, by the way, to see. It's not as if she's clouded by anyone or blocked. Also, you generally look at players' reactions, don't you? In them instances,
That's the main thing you look at, Steph. If people's arms go up instantly, they didn't.
You know, like not one person you look at. Like if I think about the players that generally who I've played with previously on the pitch, there like Lucy Bronze. Lucy would never miss a thing.
Millie Bright.
Never. Like these experienced players have been there, done that, and not one person flinched. And it's an unbelievable touch, and it's also a great finish, especially under pressure.
You know what happened, Steph? When you look at it, when they show it from that angle, I think the referee, because what Stina done, which was to her detriment in the end, as the ball came into her, it coincided with her arm going back.
Yeah. So
the referee just instantly thought, it's handball.
Both arms went back, Ian.
Yeah, both arms went back. Yeah. But you know what? I'm not saying that the WSL should have VAR. You know what I mean? VAR is not my bag, but I know it's something that at some stage will come into the women's game. I've got no problem with VAR. I've just got a problem with the people who are using VAR. But what they've got to do with the women's is, of course, you can't be putting VAR equipment in at Tottenham at Brisbane Road.
That the infrastructure isn't there at the moment,
it's not there for it. But you should be able to, for games like that, especially with referees who are not professional, right? Firstly, instead of bringing in VAR for these we need to get the referees professional before we go anywhere near VAR, so as they can ref the game and have confidence doing what they're doing. Then VAR helps them, but I just feel that they can have something where they could just quickly look back at that, Steph. You don't need VAR.
Like I've always said this, Ian, like the fourth official, okay, they manage obviously the benches, they do the times, they do the subs, but surely could they not be used as something a little bit to kind of actually say to the referee, because obviously she lets the goal go. So the ball's in the back of the net, but actually in that meantime, actually it's fine, give it kind of thing. Whereas making a rash decision quite quickly, under the pressure of 56,000 Arsenal fans, it's in a top game against two unbelievable teams. You've got to help these people, and I do agree. I think we've spoke about VAR before. I think the infrastructure at the WSL isn't there yet, but ultimately, that basic of getting these referees up to a standard where the game's getting quicker every season, the players are getting quicker. You can see that disparity in terms of even the fitness level from the referees. And maybe I'm going a bit harsh, but I think we've strived to, on this podcast, and a lot of other people have, the professionals of the league needs to be raised. But surely the referees are part of that.
Absolutely. For me, I think that the priority should be the standards, the minimum standard of the referees should be raised. I think they've done it in Italy. They've done the trial in Italy where, of course they haven't got VAR for all but they've got a system where they can look back at every single goal. I think that should be happening. Because like I say, West Ham are at Dagenham, Tottenham are at Brisbane Road, Brighton are at Crawley. You can't expect them to go and fit in all this VAR equipment. But at the same time, Steph, I think that if I got to see that incident with just a television screen and a different angle, I'd be able to say to the referee in 30 seconds, she didn't touch it with her hand. Bam. That game's too big for the referees and the officials to be that definite about.
And that's where I think we need to have a bit more focus on the referees that are getting picked for these big games. Yeah. Have they had that experience of these big atmospheres? Yeah. There's a lot riding on these games. The WSL is getting even more competitive. Yeah. There's players that are coming from all over the world with high quality. Yeah. It's quicker. Are we actually thinking about that? And I don't know whether maybe we're probably not privy to a lot of them conversations, but I think not only the goal that got disallowed, but for me, Pelova should have been sent off.
She should have been sent off. And,
I can't the referee's in a great position in terms of, you can see that she's caught Kira really, really high.
Can I say something? When you watch it, and obviously, again, we feed back into a player trying to impress, trying to get her feet in the game. Still, even the touch what she had, it ran too far. And I'm just pleased that Kira's not really seriously injured, because it was a poor one. And if there was VAR, she'd probably get sent off. And again, you don't need VAR for that, because you can have the fourth official look on a TV screen, look at that challenge and say, I think she's good, that's a red.
Yeah.
Why do you need to have the whole fiasco of VAR when you can just look at that and just say, that's a sending off, and she's very fortunate.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm pleased that Kira's not injured.
I'm not one to say people should be getting sent off, but that was one where if we want to improve the game, and like this happens in men's football every weekend, there's always discussions and there's always decisions that probably we think are different, and but they have everything available to them to be able to make the right decision. They still get it wrong.
Yeah.
So actually, the introduction of VR, would that make our game any better? Probably not.
Probably not.
But I think in terms if we can raise the standard and that kind of professionalism of the referees that we do have, I think we've made such great strides in that area, but I do think that it's now the next level.
Absolutely. And you know what? Chelsea, they've got away with one now. You know, especially with the season they're looking to have and what they're going to try and do. Obviously, Chelsea are going to be going for the Champions League again.
Yeah.
Going to be trying. And for me, they could have easily lost that game, if not 3-1, because I even think that the one what we was talking about, Leslie, when she broke through and then put Freya in, I thought that, again, like when I was younger, when we played, you give the benefit of the doubt to the striker, and there's no VAR, and they've just ruled out 2 goals, that was close. The Freya's one was very, very close. Obviously, Steeners should have counted. So Chelsea should have lost that game.
Yeah.
2-1, maybe even 3-1 if you're going to give the benefit of that to the striker, but they didn't. And they're very fortunate, I think, to get away with the 1-1 in the end. But they should have put the game away in the first half.
Yeah, I think that's the thing when you could see that Chelsea in that first half from a physical point of view overran Arsenal, but I think Arsenal came into the game second half and Chelsea lost their legs a little bit. But yeah, I think both teams will be disappointed because I think it is 3 points that both of them could have came away with. Right. So in terms of other results, I think we probably have to speak about Manchester United and Villa. We didn't predict that one, did we?
You know something? No, we didn't. Because obviously Villa were kind of like this kind of up and down kind of form. You don't know what you're going to get off of them, but they started that game brilliantly.
Yeah, they did.
They were so relentless on the pressure that, you know, they should have scored more goals as well. They should have scored more goals.
I think, you know, when we were speaking about players playing forward quickly, I think Villa do that.
Yeah.
They're able to skip like through the midfield. They go straight forward as quick as possible. And you look at like the likes of Rachel Daly and Ebony Salmon are not even starting. In terms of Villa as a team, I think obviously the last result was 3-3 against Everton, which was obviously very transitional. But for Villa to go to United and how good United have been so far this season, it's a fantastic result.
You know what? Like I said, like when you look at the way Villa dealt with Jess Park, because Jess Park is their main kind of creator. She gets the ball and she makes things happen. I thought they snuffed her out properly. No, Mallard didn't start. Fridolina started, didn't she? Fridolina Rolfo started. I think they tried to make changes, but I don't think they've got the squad to make changes.
Definitely not.
I don't think. And then you look at someone like Jess Park getting stamped out. I thought Miri Taylor, obviously she scored the goal, but all-round play and all-round energy, stopping things, you know, breaking things up, getting the ball forward. She was really good.
Yeah, she did. She did have a really big impact on the game, and great finish as well from a corner.
Yeah, she had to adjust herself.
Nobody from United got up to her though.
No.
It dropped, and I think she had time to take a touch and then hit it. And I think obviously then the keeper can't make the saves because there's so many United bodies in and around her, and that's been United's strength. Has been quite kind of strong on them set pieces. And
do you think they're getting a bit tired because, like I say, they either need to make some big signings in January. They need to add something to that squad.
They definitely need to add players.
Who did they rest? They rested Zigliotti.
Yeah.
They rested her, and she's the one that can get the ball into it. They rested Mallard as well.
I really like her. I think
she's the one who can get the ball into Park. And like they rested her. And you're thinking to yourself, can you afford to do that?
No. I think I'm looking at it and I'm thinking this week for United is crucial in their season in the sense of you're playing PSG Wednesday at Old Trafford.
Mary
Earps has returned to Manchester. But then also you've got the Manchester Derby on Saturday, 2 days after you've played PSG.
Yeah.
Obviously, City gone top of the league by 1 point because of the results at the weekend, which is amazing. But that's a big game in the kind of the scheme of the league in terms of when I'm saying about big games. Like this is where if you want to go and progress and win league trophies, you need to be winning them games.
Yes.
So for United to kind of come back from getting beat against Villa, probably going to change your side again on Wednesday. Then it's what do you do for the derby?
Yeah. When you look at City and the fact that they're not in the Champions League, well, they're going to be playing 1 game a week. With the squad they've got, Hempo will be back soon. I'm sure Alex Greenwood. Can City win the league? I think that it's in their hands.
I think that's the best thing that we could. It has to be in our hands, and I think when you speak about Lauren Hemp coming back, the quality that she can bring, and what we've shown so far this season, I think big wins against Arsenal at home, that was massive.
That was.
But also, like, when the pressure was on this weekend, when we knew that Arsenal and Chelsea had dropped points, Man United had dropped points, like, to go and win, I think that shows a sign of a team that is desperate to.
Yes.
Obviously, at the beginning of the season, I didn't predict us to be... I predicted us to be in the race, but I always thought Chelsea were going to be the strongest because of the squad. But for me, I think if we can win against United on Saturday, I think that gives us a chance of winning. I see what you do, use Arsenal people.
No, we're not trying
to put the pressure on, yeah.
But can I say, I really did like, I've not seen it for a long time, but it seems like she's maybe getting into form like Viv Miedema.
Oh, yeah.
I thought she was, she looked classy, she looked good. I think Bunny could have got 2 goals, but she's still got her goal, which you know is going to happen. It's almost like watching Haaland for the men. You know that the chance is going to come.
Yeah.
Whether she misses one or not, she's going to get one and she's going to take it. And so if that can happen, if Viv can stay fit and Bunny can stay fit.
That's the thing for me, and keeping them players fit.
If they can stay fit,
yeah,
you have to say that City have an unbelievable chance of winning the league this year.
Definitely, yeah.
A very good chance. And get Hempo back.
Yeah. To be fair, Imam Benny's ball for Medema's goal, unbelievable.
Yes.
Great through ball.
Like, obviously, I mentioned Miri Taylor. I thought she was brilliant, scored her goal. She led from the front for Villa. But Freya Godfrey, really pleased for her, obviously, ex-Arsenal. Getting out, getting to play. But honestly, the pass for you saw the pass for Nikita's goal. For Nikita's goal was great. But the way she played, a strong running, skills, final ball. You know, I think that maybe they're starting to get it. London City Lionesses, they're starting to happen where they're feeling confident in themselves. They looked really good against the Tottenham side. That Tottenham doing okay with their players and the way they're playing at the moment. And I thought they looked really strong. They looked really organised, and they looked like very, very intense.
Yeah.
And she was the main.
She was probably that main threat in terms of like getting them up the pitch. Yeah. And I think when London City attack, I think they've got so much quality in them areas. Like you look at Nikita Paris, experience, Islani.
Yeah.
Godfrey playing with them too. Yeah. I think that's obviously going to do her development. I mean, Gioro, you know how good she is, but I loved her second goal, Ian.
Oh, God. The second goal when she cut back in. Yeah. But even the first one, just very composed the way she just finished it. You know what I mean? It was a really good finish. But the second goal.
Your team's starting to kick into form now,
Yeah, but I expected them to do it a lot quicker, Steph, just because of the players they've got. But like people were saying, they just need to gel a bit. That will give them confidence. And this is what I'm saying, confidence and momentum, it can change a team.
Yeah.
Because they've got more than a good enough team. Because Goodwin as well, I feel like Goodwin still hasn't kicked in yet. You know, top scorer in the Championship last season. She hasn't kicked in yet. So I think that once she kicks in and she starts going, she's another powerhouse.
Yeah, she is powerful, isn't she?
We're going to start seeing something from the LCL.
LCL,
yeah. Like what I've done there. I mentioned Miri Taylor because she was really good. But like I've got to say, Freya Godfrey, again, you got a young player. She was at Arsenal. She's gone out to find football. You know what I mean? She's developed. And again, it's a worry. It's a worry because you feel like you have to leave to go and do that. But like, it's a brilliant move for her. She now looks like if she can continue without putting in those performances, she's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I do think that was probably a bit of a statement win for London City Lionesses, like a Tottenham team that's been in form. But so
it was a good win as well. A good win. 4-2.
I see what you did there. Good win.
It's a good win. What about yourself, Steph? Any performances you want to point out?
I think obviously apart from Freya Godfrey, who you mentioned, I think I want to give a big shout out to Bunny Shaw.
Of course you do.
Yeah, I do. And you know why? There's so many different reasons. I've obviously seen her in the week and she's obviously desperate to hit the form that she's done before. And I think for me, like if City do keep her fit, but I think in them moments where City need a goal, she always kind of comes to them kind of performances. Right. And an unbelievable header, by the way. There's not many players that can do that. But obviously everything that's went on in Jamaica in terms of
course, the hurricane.
And I think obviously some of her family have been affected. I know she's trying to get everybody to kind of donate to send stuff over there. So I wanted to give her a big shout out because I think sometimes she gets a bit underappreciated, I think.
You know, I think people underestimate what that will mean for her because there's no way that Bunny can just carry on. Obviously, she's over there all safe away from the hurricane with family and you've got to play, and you've got to perform. That's another.
And you have no contact with them either. I think she's obviously been struggling to get contact with them. So I think from that perspective, I want to give her a shout out. But I actually want to give out a shout to the Villa defence.
Yes, they got to get something, then Villa defence.
Yeah, I think they were really resilient, and I think United threw absolutely everything at them. Like Rachel Williams coming on, trying to cause a bit of trouble in terms of when the ball's in the air, and I think they really stood tall. And I think Anna Patton was tremendous in terms of leading the line. So, they were my performances of the week.
Steph, just had breaking news. You're going to have to break it to the people.
I can't even believe this. Katy Reed has done her ACL.
Unbelievable.
That's heartbreaking that, a young player.
How cruel is football?
Yeah, when someone's starting to hit a bit of form and getting chances, and oh my God, just sending our love to her, because really that's just, horrific.
You know something, again, you look at it, her trajectory is so good. She's bided her time. She's got in Arsenal, done well at Arsenal, and she would be playing if she weren't injured. Got in at England, got a feel of that. And then your ACL.
Don't you feel like that just happens sometimes to a lot of players? Like they start to get into the first team, and
unfair about it.
I'm actually gutted for her.
Yeah, but you're right. It does happen to them. But then it comes. But then the last thing you're thinking, because it's going so well, you don't want to tempt fate and say,
no,
this is really I'm going so well.
No.
Oh, it's going, and then you do your ACL.
Oh, so sad. But wishing you all the
best,
Katy.
Wishing you all the best, Katy Reed. Really sorry to hear that. But the main thing with that, Steph, we can't emphasize it enough. The rehab.
Yeah.
Sure, she'll have good rehab, but then, she's young enough. You do that properly, you'll be fine.
She'll have good people around her.
You know what it comes down to? I always say to players when they get injured, especially young players, especially when you're young and then you break into a team at a young age, I always say, if you get these kind of injuries, use them as rest.
Yeah.
Because when you come back, because you're going to probably get back into the team, you're going to be fine. You won't get rest because you're not going to get rest for your team. You're going to probably go with the internationals, go to international games, which she would. And all of a sudden, you're not getting any rest.
Even from a mental point of view, Ian, as well. You put so much pressure on yourself every single day. And this is probably a time just to actually have a little bit of a...
Have a break and take it as that. It's much easier to do that than thinking about missing out. Use it as a break, because I tell you what, Katy Reed, with what we've seen, with your pace and what you're capable of doing...
Superstar.
You're going to have a big career. Steph, predictions. So... I got 2 points last week, I think, and you got 3 points.
We've had a horror of a week.
But you got City's score correct.
What did I say? 2-1? Oh, buzzing.
Yeah, you got it, yeah. So Steph's in fifth.
I actually had a few mix-ups with mine. I did them wrong. I messaged Alex saying I've messed up with that one.
No, but I do. I try to, I don't remember, but I feel like, I hope my predictions are doing well. I hope, and they're not, because look, I got 2 points. So you're fifth.
It was a hard week last week, to be fair.
You're fifth. You're at 43 points, and I'm 40th with 33 points. First place, Beth Terry. Beth, well done.
Well done, Beth.
48 points she's got.
Oh, wow.
Don't forget you can get involved. Is it full-time-forecast.com? Okay, get involved.
Have a go,
Beth
guys.
Terry, 40th. It doesn't seem like I'm only 10 points behind you, but I'm 40th.
I reckon we have a better week this week, though. Now we're together and we can kind of help each other.
Yeah, I hope so, because I'm bad in any place I go to do predictions. I'm terrible. I'm a poor predictor.
So what's got to change?
This is gonna be the week.
Right. Okay. Come on then.
This is the week for me, Steph. City United. Coming off Champions League as well.
That's what my thinking is with some of these scores, because I'm thinking City will have been a bit fresher. Derby. I'm going to go 2-1 City.
I'm going to 2-0 City.
Okay.
I'm going to go 2-0
I'm glad you said City win. Villa, London City.
Wow, this is a good game.
That's a good game, that, yeah?
Yeah. 2-2.
Oh my God, I put 2-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say 2-2.
You're all written down and everything. Villa 2-2. West Ham, Everton.
I'm going to go Everton 3-1.
2-0 Everton.
Do you know how many goals West Ham have conceded?
How many?
Their goal difference is -16 at the moment.
4-0 Everton.
That's because you get influenced.
See how easy I got influenced there?
Something's got to change this week.
4-0 Everton, I'm going. Right. So Brighton, Leicester.
I'm going to go Brighton 2-0.
I'm going to go 2-1. I'm giving Leicester a goal because I think if they get some shots in, they might get something.
Is that going to be your tactics tonight? You just got to shoot.
Just shoot.
Okay,
right.
Liverpool, Chelsea.
Chelsea. And I want Chelsea, if they started like they did last week and they nicked the goals, then I'm going to go 4-0.
I'm going to go 2-0, Chelsea.
You don't think that?
I don't think
you know what? I thought that Liverpool done all right the other day. I thought they playing well.
They were unlucky to concede.
They've been unlucky in too many games now. You know what I mean? They've got to
start picking up points.
They've got to start picking up points. I think 4-0 is a bit harsh for me, but I've said it now and I'm not going to retract it.
Right, final game, North London derby, Spurs v the Arsenal.
You know something? I'm a little bit wary of this one because. And who's the one who scored the free kick for Spurs? It was
what a free kick, by the way.
Sumanen's free kick was brilliant.
And Tangberg scores too.
I'm loving Tangberg. You know something? I think this is going to be quite an interesting game. Obviously, being a derby, I'm going to go 3-2 Arsenal.
Ooh, goals.
I'm giving goals, because like no, I'm worried about our pace at the back.
I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal. I do think you're still too strong.
You think?
Yeah, against Spurs. Even after Champions League.
Even after how poorly we started the other day.
But it's a derby. You just get up for these games, don't you? North London derby, you'd be... Come on. Your record against Tottenham's great.
It is good, but like I just feel that we've got to stop this slow start business.
It's okay.
You know, if you're trying to win the league, the one thing I think that you've got to do, regardless of whether it's men's, women's, you have to start the season with pure intentions. Intensity, fast-paced football. Make people say, gosh, they're up for it today. Oh, my gosh. If they score, oh, my God. Bam, you score. Bam, you score again. Game over. You've got to finish these games off.
I think Spurs have had a great season so far, but I think if Arsenal can get a win against Bayern Munich, good performance, come back, I think you guys are too strong. Your squad's too strong to...
You think?
Yeah.
Well, let's hope so.
I'll be the positive one out of both of us today.
Nice one. I'm going to go, negative. Because why shouldn't I? I'm a terrible predictor. So hopefully Arsenal will win. I want to see goals. I always want to see goals. So fingers crossed that we see some goals. And then they're Arsenal's.
Right, we need positivity for tonight, okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
And I'm going to bring in the energy.
You're going to bring it?
Yeah.
I'm going to, my forwards, I need my forwards, all three of you, at least
They're
two shots.
just going to be shooting from everywhere now, you've said that.
You've got to shoot in 5, especially in 6-a-side. But is that it, Steph?
Yeah, that's it. Enjoyed that.
Listen, it was really cool, short and sweet. It's good to see. I'm just pleased to see you.
I know, it's been nice to be back on the couch, in the Crossways couch. So.
We'll see them again next week. See you all next week.
See you later, guys.
Thanks for coming in, man. See you soon. Take it easy.